Feeding and health are the two most important parts of successful fish farming, you know. They are the twin pillars that support your entire operation. Without one, the other will surely crumble, and your farm will not reach its full potential. Good feeding practices directly help your fish grow big and fast. When fish get the right nutrients, they build strong muscles. They reach market size in a shorter amount of time. You can harvest and sell sooner, quicker ROI. Feed is the fuel that drives growth. Maintaining good health is just as critical. Healthy fish are active and resilient. A disease outbreak can wipe out a stock and cause huge loss. Sick fish do not eat well or grow. They can spread infection to the rest of the population. Keeping fish healthy creates an environment where they can thrive. A healthy fish is a growing fish, and a growing fish is a profitable fish. You must actively keep them free from stress and disease. The food your fish consume is the fundamental building block for their growth. There are two main categories of feed you can provide. Natural feed, formulated feed. Natural feed consists of the living organisms that already exist within a pond environment. Phytoplankton, zooplankton, small worms, insects, larvae. For many fish species, this natural food source is highly nutritious and easily digestible. However, in a farmed setting where fish are stocked at higher densities, the natural food available is almost never enough to support optimal growth for the entire population. It should be seen as a supplement, not the primary source. To bridge this nutritional gap, farmers rely on formulated or manufactured feed. This type of feed is carefully created by mixing various ingredients to meet the specific dietary needs of fish. Common ingredients include fish meal, soybean meal, rice bran, various grains. These are then fortified with a vitamin and mineral premix to ensure the fish receive a complete and balanced diet. Formulated feeds come in several forms to suit fish of different sizes and species. Powdered feed is used for the tiniest fish, known as fry. Pellets of various sizes are used for larger fish, from fingerlings to adults. Different fish species have different dietary requirements. For example, carnivorous fish like catfish compared to herbivorous fish like tilapia. Once you have selected the right type of feed, the next step is to establish a consistent and effective feeding schedule. How often and how much you feed your fish are critical questions that directly influence their growth rate and the overall efficiency of your farm. The key principle is that younger, smaller fish need to eat more frequently than older, larger fish. They have faster metabolisms and smaller stomachs, so they need to refuel with small meals throughout the day. A well-structured plan ensures fish are never left hungry but are also not overfed, which can be just as harmful. Newly hatched fry from 1 to 3 weeks old, it is best to provide feed 4 to 5 times per day. As they grow into fingerlings, typically from 3 to 6 weeks of age, reduce to 2 or 3 times per day. Once the fish enter the main grow-out phase, from 6 weeks until they are ready for harvest, feeding once or twice a day is usually sufficient. For broodstock, the adult fish kept for breeding, once or twice daily with high-quality, protein-rich feed will keep them in prime condition for spawning. Alongside frequency, you must determine the correct feeding rate, which is the total amount of feed given per day. This is most accurately calculated as a percentage of the total fish body weight in the pond or tank. This percentage also decreases as the fish grow larger. For instance, fry may need feed equivalent to 8 to 10% of their body weight each day. For fingerlings, this rate drops to about 5 to 7%. For larger grow-out fish, the rate is typically between 3 to 5% of their body weight per day. These are general guidelines, and the exact percentage can vary based on fish species, water temperature, and water quality. To apply this, you need to know the total weight of your fish. Imagine you have 1,000 fish in a pond, and through sampling, you determine their average weight is 50 grams each. If these are grow-out fish requiring a 4% feeding rate, the calculation is 50 kilograms times 4% or 0.04 equals 2 kilograms of feed per day. The quality of the water in your pond or tank is the single most important factor for maintaining fish health. Fish live, breathe, and eat in this water, so if the environment is poor, they will become stressed and highly susceptible to disease. Clean, well-managed water provides the dissolved oxygen that fish need to breathe. Clean water also helps dilute the waste products fish produce. Poor water quality acts as a constant stressor, weakening immune systems and creating breeding grounds for bacteria and parasites. Therefore, monitoring your water is not an optional task. It is a fundamental part of daily farm management. There are several key water quality parameters that every farmer should test regularly. Dissolved oxygen levels should ideally be above 5 milligrams per liter. Levels below 3 milligrams per liter can be stressful or even fatal for most fish. The pH, which measures acidity or alkalinity, should be kept stable, typically between 6.5 and 8.5. Ammonia, a toxic waste product from fish urine and uneaten feed, should always be as close to zero as possible. Sudden changes in any of these parameters or in water temperature can cause severe stress and lead to disease outbreaks. In fish farming, the old saying, "Prevention is better than cure," holds immense truth. Treating a widespread disease is difficult, expensive, often unsuccessful. The cornerstone of prevention is quarantine. Any new fish you bring, no matter how healthy, must go into an isolation tank for 2 to 4 weeks. Daily vigilance and consistent management are key. Diligent feeding, pristine water, watchful eyes separate a struggling farm from a thriving one.